Factsverse presents 15 Weapons That Are Banned in Warfare. Number 1. Mustard gas. This gas got its name from its mustard yellow color and the smell. During World War I, it was used to clear out the trenches. If inhaled, it would make the victim's lungs fill with fluid and drown them. If a soldier was hit with a bomb filled with mustard gas, they were told to urinate in a handkerchief and cover their mouth until they could get out of the area. It is also what started the 1928 Geneva Conventions. Number 2. Nerve gas. All nerve gases, including sarin, soman, VX, and tabun, work the same way. They cause your nervous system to completely malfunction like an electrical system when it short-circuits. It kills you once your respiratory system shuts down. However, you will first suffer from painful boils, blisters, and internal bleeding. All nerve gases were outlawed by Geneva and Hague from 1899 through 1993. Number 3. Phosgene gas. This gas was responsible for 85% of the chemical deaths during World War I. It was very easy to make and use in large quantities. When it enters the lungs, they would stop exchanging oxygen. It was a very insidious gas, as it had no color or smell. Number 4. Tear gas. During riots and in violent crowds, the police will use tear gas. It is, however, outlawed for use in war by the Hague Convention. While it is not lethal, it can make it difficult to breathe, putting it into the same category as mustard gas. This gas is legal to clear out a house with known criminals inside, but it cannot be used in a cave in Afghanistan. Number 5. Pepper spray. You could walk into any store and buy pepper spray. They even make a pretty pink one that women can keep on their keychain. While this is legal, it is outlawed for use during a war by the Hague Convention because it disrupts breathing. Number 6. Plastic landmines. According to the 1979 Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons, any weapon that uses fragments that cannot be detected by X-ray are not allowed for use in war. This is because doctors would not be able to find the fragments in a person's body. These materials can be used in weapon design, however, undetectable fragments cannot be the primary source of damage. Number 7. Spike pits or punjai stick. This weapon was banned in 1979 by the Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons. The pits were sharpened with bamboo spikes and were basically a death trap. Oftentimes, the Viet Cong would put human or animal feces on the spikes so that if a person was cut, they would get a secondary infection. This was a violation of the Hague Convention Biological Weapon Protocol. Number 8. Bioweapons. These are one of the most dangerous of the weapons that are banned in warfare. Bioweapons are the oldest type of terror weapons known to man. Back in the days of the Mongols, they would catapult dead bodies over castle walls so that they could spread disease. It is also believed that the Black Plague was spread intentionally by fleas on rats. This type of warfare is banned around the world today. These weapons consist of biological toxins, bacteria, virus, or fungi that are designed to kill or incapacitate humans. Number 9. Flamethrowers. Flamethrowers are tricky when it comes to deciding whether they are banned or not. According to Protocol 3 of the Convention of Certain Conventional Weapons, it says that flamethrowers cannot be used if the battle area is anywhere near civilians. If the battle is taking place on a large field, the weapon can be used. Since most fighters hide out in civilian areas, these weapons can very rarely be used. Number 10. Napalm. Napalm is like a flamethrower. If the battle is being fought with innocent civilians nearby, it cannot be used. Also, it cannot be used to burn down trees unless the trees are being used to cover the enemy or their vehicle. This weapon isn't actually banned. However, it can't be used in today's typical battlefield. Number 11. Blinding laser beams. Many police and special op forces use lasers to make it difficult for their target to see. These are not the weapons that are banned. The banned weapons can cause permanent blindness. The first weapons like these were introduced during the 19th century, and they have been banned ever since. Number 12. Microwave lasers. Microwave lasers can be used to shoot down missiles. They cannot, however, be used on the ground. If this type of weapon was loaded on a tank to incinerate a human target on the ground, it could just burn out the person's eyes and not their whole body. This would go against the violation against blinding lasers. Number 13. Heat lasers. Heat lasers are any type of directed energy weapons that have enough energy to kill human targets. These are forbidden in war. Active denial systems are, however, legal. These weapons don't emit enough heat to cause a burn. They just let off enough heat to force a crowd to back up. The heat is the equivalent of standing in front of an open oven that is set at 400 degrees. Number 14. Non-self-destruction landmines. During the Cambodian Civil War in 1970, non-self-destructing landmines were all over the place. As a result, over 40,000 people became amputees. The same is true in Southeast Asia from these landmines being planted during the Vietnam War. Even though the wars ended decades ago, people are still being injured, and they are still dying. In order for a landmine to be allowed during warfare, it must have a self-destruct mechanism that will go off after a reasonable period of time. Number 15. Poison bullets. The Strasbourg Agreement of 1675 outlawed the use of poison bullets. When soldiers weren't accurate when shooting, they would put the bullets around human corpses to make them more deadly. Back then, most of the casualties weren't from gunshot wounds, but from the infection that they caused. These bullets are banned in warfare and have been for many decades. Subscribe for more.